Hello everyone, welcome to my Game Maker Sonic tutorial series. In this part we will be adding enemies. And yeah, that's about it. Let's just get to it. First let's just create a new group, sprite group called enemies. And the enemy we will add is the simplest enemy in Sonic history because I won't cover AI and such because it's different for every enemy, so it's not worth it. So we will just be covering the most basic enemy in Sonic history, which is the Modobug, basically the Goomba from Sonic. So yeah, the link for the sprites will once again be in the description. It's a separate sheet this time, not the same as the Sonic sheet. And yeah, just center the origin, and once again 16 pixels from the ground, so 29 minus 16 equals 13. And that's all for the sprite. Now let's create an object Modobug, and give it a sprite. First, let's say image x scale equals -1, so it will face left on default. And image speed equals, I think 0.2 is right, we might need to adjust that later. But anywho, for the step event, first we want it to actually move, so let's say x plus equals image x scale. Right now it will move at a speed of 1. If you want it to be higher, just do times 2 or something. Right now, just image x scale. And if everything is right, it should already move now. Let's just test it a little. Yeah, there it goes. Might need to be a little faster. So let's just do times 1.5. Yeah, that's better. It's alright. In this part we won't be covering getting hit by an enemy, we will only be covering destroying an enemy. Getting hit is for a later part, where we will also add spikes and stuff like that. Let's see. Object Sonic. If other dot sprite index equals sprite Sonic jump, or other dot sprite index equals sprite Sonic spin dash. These are the only two sprites the enemy should be destroyed at. So here, destroy enemy, else hurt player. Now, destroy enemy is just really simple. Instance destroy. Oh, sorry, instance destroy. Hurt player, like I said, we won't be doing that right now. But yeah, it should be destroyed when we jump into it or spin dash into it. See, jump works fine. Spin dash. Works fine as well. By the way, it will also get destroyed when rolling because it uses the same sprite as the jumping. When not doing either of those, nothing will happen yet. Alright, that's good. Now, for Object Sonic in the step event, we had a gravity code, which is here. let's just copy this and create event of object modebug, just put ground equals true because we are, well, the modebug's on the ground on default. Stab event, craft code. Let's see if everything is right here. Yeah, I think it is. And collision object solid code, we will also copy that. And now for the, well, no, not yet. It's here if place meeting. Yeah, correct. Place meeting x, y, minus app's vertical speed minus 1, object solid, or here x plus 3 here, or same for x minus 3. Basically what this says is if we are colliding with a solid on the left or right. So if we are colliding with a wall, then image x scale equals minus image x scale. So if image x scale equals 1, it will equal minus 1, and if it is minus 1, it will be 1. Makes sense. And then the movement speed will also automatically be reversed. So let's test that for a little. And after that, we will get to the slopes. It's probably a good arena or something like that. I know what to call it. Nope. Um, cut this out. And in. Let's see. It doesn't really seem to work quite yet. Here, B box left, because on the left, and here B box right. Maybe that will work instead. Yep, that seems to work just fine. Now let's remove the little solid here and see if it actually drops down. Not quite right. Let's make a little more tests. Oh, I see, I see. We forgot to add a mask here. So copy Sprite modebug and Sprite modebug mask. No wait, we can actually do it easier. Let's see. Yeah, modify mask and rectangle here. Not precise, but rectangle. Now that should work right. Yep, works just fine. So now that we have that out of the way, the solid collision is alright. We will have to get the slopes. It won't be as easy as the solids, but it has to be done. So here, collide slopes. We will copy this script and call it enemy collide slopes. Alright, let's just go through this code and see what needs to be adjusted. Plus max speed, well, let's say that is say here y plus 15. That seems to be alright. So it seems this should be removed. We don't want angles. And yeah. So right here, we want to check if, well, for the same reason as for Object Sonic, when we are going from a slope to a floor, we don't want to get stopped there. We don't want that floor to function as a wall. So we have closest solid equals instance place. Well, this one. And closest solid 2 equals instance place, well, this one on the left. And we will have to, if closest solid greater or equal to 0, because if there is none, it will be -1 and this won't be executed. And closest solid dot can wall equals true. So if the get function is wall, aka if it is not near or next to a slope, or closest solid 2 is greater than or equal to 0, and closest solid 2 that can wall equals true. So same for the left one. Now let's hope it will be alright. It's not. Lovely. Oh yeah, I see. And we have made this mistake before. Yeah. So here just use this. Closed solid is greater or equal to 0, or closed solid 2 is greater or equal to 0. After that, if closest solid is greater than or equal to 0, this. If closest solid that can wall equals true, there. If closest solid 2 is greater than or equal to 0, closest solid 2 that can wall equals true, image x scale equals minus image x scale. This way it won't check for can wall in an unknown instance. But that's not quite right. Should place it on the floor and see if the same happens. Yeah, guess. If ground equals true, and let's say vertical speed equals 0 and gravity equals 0, and that's it, I guess. Well, it's better now. What's happening? Oh, I'm so stupid. Here, I just forgot to add enemy collide slopes. Of course. And why does this script exist? Because I also made a spelling mistake here. Right. That's better. That's much better. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now just for fun, place walls here and see it move endlessly around with slopes. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. Alright. Now one more thing. If we jump on it, we actually want to bounce off it. And in Sonic games, when you hold uh, the jump button, you will most likely, well, that's most of the cases at least, jump higher by your current vertical speed, but reversed. So, um, to do that, it first, if sprite index equals sprite sonic jump, and our vertical speed, well, and other that's vertical speed greater than 0, so if we are moving down, if keyboard check, see if we stored, nope, right, so we just, I forgot the jump button, what's that? Is it C? Oh, can test now, of course. Z. Alright. Keyword check. Ord. Z. And. No, just this. If our vertical speed is greater than, let's say, 3, no, 4. No, if other that's vertical speed is greater than 4, other that's vertical speed equals minus other that's vertical speed, else other that's vertical speed equals minus 4. Here else other that's vertical speed equals minus 4. What this code says, sorry, what this code says is if we are moving down quite fast, so like real Sonic games, when you move down really fast and you will hold the jump button, you will bounce off an enemy or a monitor or something like that at the exact speed you fell. But if your speed is not so high, then you will just bounce off an enemy at a fixed speed no matter what. Here, well, I guess 3 will do as well. I don't know, maybe we should adjust that. I just hope this works. I don't see why it shouldn't work, but alright, works. Well, It needs some more testing, of course, before you can really say it works. Well, yeah, I guess it does. Now when we roll, nothing happens. Yep. And when we spin dash, nothing happens. Yep. And last, we jump at it from height. Ooh, that's nice. Not bad. So that basically covers this part. Enemies have been added successfully, and you can even bounce off them like in real Sonic games, so I'm quite contented. And I hope you guys are as well. If you have any suggestions, comments, or whatever, um, please let me know and put it in the comments section. I would appreciate it a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.